At the Domestic Violence Center of Chester County, we are proud to serve such an evolving community that embraces its rich history and vibrant citizens. Which of these people would you guess was a volunteer, board member, staff, or survivor? 1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 men will face domestic violence in their lifetime.
There was one night that I was in the hotline office and an intake came in, and I didn't handle the intake, but I was sitting there as they were going through the process. And it was a mom with 3 young children, and the little boy came over to me and he handed me a picture, and it was a picture of 3 flowers, and he sat there and he asked me how to spell my name, and he wrote my name on it, and I still have that picture.
The Domestic Violence Center has a 24-hour hotline. We also provide individual and group trauma-informed counseling. We have a legal component, and our staff attorneys and legal advocates help individuals as they navigate through the complex system and getting protection from abuse orders, custody, and support. We have a housing component that includes our emergency shelter and also long-term housing. We have services for children, and in addition to that, we provide information and referrals and public education about the issue of domestic violence.
So I started out as a consultant supporting the organization and working with the board and learning more about what domestic violence was. It triggered something in me, and I decided that I wanted to be a part of making an impact in the community that I lived in, and be a huge part of wanting to see people do well, survive, situations that are not good for them, and be a part of the process as well.
I was unhappy in my marriage, but I didn't really know why. I thought it was my issue, my fault. You can only be told that you're selfish and so many times before you just start to believe that. And I was really just not in a good place, and my family and friends could see that, but they didn't necessarily know why that was happening. I was isolating myself. I was isolating myself from my family and my friends, and they had no idea what was really happening in my marriage.
The organization helps over 3,000 people a year, 3,000 victims, okay? And they help them by giving them a safe place, by providing counseling to the moms and to the kids. So the kid, starts to get a little bit more of a normal life. They're not sitting at home worried that, tonight's going to be violent in my own house. You give them legal advocacy so that they can move their way through the legal system with someone by their side. And you give them an opportunity to keep going with further housing and further opportunity without violence and without fear, and with hopefully getting a normal life. All in our backyard. That beats everything else as far as I'm concerned.
It takes so many people in our community to accompany survivors to court, to share an awareness message on social media, to be the voice on the other end of the phone, to financially support the counseling, legal advocacy, housing, and relocation programs, to share our mission so all survivors know that DVCCC is there for them. We cannot imagine doing this work alone.
When I first started working with the Domestic Violence Center, I was really surprised at all of the services that the organization provided. The fact that we provide legal support, the fact that we provide not only a housing, long-term and short-term housing, that we provide counseling, services to the thousands of people that come through our door was really surprising to me.
I never really thought that I would become a victim myself. I was married for a year before I even knew what was happening to me. I never would have used the word abuse to define my relationship. It took somebody else telling me that it was an abusive relationship to even recognize the signs.
Any one of us can be impacted. And a lot of times it's our neighbors and our friends and the people that are around us. So be there to listen and be there to help and let them know that the center is here for them.
The fact that you've got a situation where women are abused in the home and they many times feel stuck, many times they are stuck. And by giving to the Domestic Violence Center, you're giving those women an opportunity to do something different, to be able to become unstuck from their situation.
But fortunately, we're doing this together.
We can see a transformation in terms of victim survivors that we serve, that usually there's a slight glimmer of hope when they come into the facility. They may not see it themselves, but we as staff, we do see it and continue to encourage them and say, yes, you can do it, keep going. And we need to say that to them and do say that to them every single day, and that does help.
My name is Jen, and I'm a volunteer with the Domestic Violence Center of Chester County, and I'm a survivor.
Together we can provide hope.
With everyone pulling together, we can eliminate or at least significantly reduce women and children in our own community experiencing domestic violence.
Together we can ensure victims' voices are heard.
Together we can offer hope to victims.
Together, community is universal. Our services are free and confidential. We serve those facing intimate partner and family violence. We can save a life, but only with your help. Together, we can.